Couple of little tips for you, and main one I think right now is using gasoline versus white gas in your Coleman or Coleman type appliances. Believe it or not, my Coleman lantern and my Coleman stove, they're both operating on regular gas from Mohawk. Stuff actually works pretty good. Might get a little bit more soot, but I'll show you. It's not that bad. That's the Coleman lamp, and it's putting out pretty good. Lots of light. And that's the Coleman stove over here. I'm just going to reach over and crank it up because I'm making some coffee. That's pretty good, I think. That'll make coffee just as well as your white gas. And it's only $5 a gallon versus $15, $16 a gallon. So, for Tomcat, yes, I do use gasoline. One thing a person should point out to anybody who's going to come up into BC and go camping, prospecting, that kind of stuff, is that while you're here, they've changed the regulations on campfires. You see the fire I have here? Well, okay, don't look at the ring of rocks, because that's about a 30-inch ring of rocks. The firewood itself is 16 inches. And you are, under BC law, only allowed an 18-inch in diameter campfire due to all the forest fires. So you might want to keep that in mind. Another thing, when you're out camping in bear country, which most of the interior BC is, take your cans and burn them. What that does, by burning them, you get rid of all your odorous garbage, and you are left with just a burnt can to haul back to town. But while you're there, that garbage is not going to be attracting wildlife. Just a little tip I think that you should all know. A couple of them actually. But do feel free to come up here and do a little camping and panning and fishing and whatever else. Have a lot of fun. I'm gonna set up camp here. As you can see, I brought my firewood with me because not a lot of dead wood around here, and she's raining everywhere, so figured I'd be prepared for that. Just gotta pull a high banker in the cart off the top and throw a tarp over top of that. And then I should have a fairly good campsite here. Nice and level. Right on an old pathway that should be bear country. And then I'm going to be hiking through the bush over that way down into Frank Creek. And I know there's some pretty good gold there. So we'll set up camp. Just got back to camp here, soaking wet. Finally got in some dry clothes, and I thought I should light a fire. And then I thought I should probably give you a little demonstration what I do out in the bush in regards to a little bit of safety you might be able to make use of. So without much further ado, I'm going to show you how to get a fire going the safe way. Alrighty. Few city slickers, and that makes up about 99% of you. Take an axe and just start wailing at this thing. This block of wood. Wrong way to do it, especially if you're out in the bush by yourself. Smart way, 2 axes. One to split, one to drive the other axe. Might look a little slow, but it's perfectly safe, and you cannot drive the axe into your leg or your foot. And then you quarter it. Pretty straightforward. Okay, in this beetle kill pine, there's this ring of fungus attacked wood. It doesn't burn too well. This wood here burns way better, so you want to split this off and use this for your kindling. Starts up a lot better, burns a lot better. The other stuff will burn, but first you have to get a fire going. Then you cut some really thin kindling. Don't put it on something like that. Do this, very dangerous. Don't do this, very dangerous. Easy way to lose a finger. Splitting it that way on top of the block, pretty hard to cut your finger. Now, building a fire that will burn, take whatever dry wood you have, sort of like that. Take your smallest, driest kindling and put that on the bottom. Because you want that to light up first. That is what will get the rest of your fire going. Okay, it's starting to burn. Probably take a couple minutes, but that takes off quite nicely, and a little bit, be able to cook dinner.